Okay, so today we have Yes, an owner of a lonely heart. We had the video here. This is 6.5 minutes long. I did see some other versions that were like 4 minutes, but either way, this is the video. It might get blocked, but either way, I'm watching it. And I reacted to one Yes song. It was Roundabout, of course, which is probably maybe their best known track. Either way, we're going to get into this one today, talk about it after. I've been waiting to come back to the band, so here we go, and let's just go. Jesus. A different sound.
Maybe there's another way to do this.
Uh-oh. All right, here we go. What's with the animals here? Got some wind. Here we go again.
Shake
my gosh. What a video. Okay. So there it is there. Yes, an owner of a lonely heart. Now coming into this, I was wondering if I've ever heard this before, because owner of a lonely heart, it kind of sounded familiar, but I do have to say I don't think I've heard this. Roundabout is the only other song, like I said earlier, that I've reacted to by them. And coming into this, I knew that from some websites, looking up the lyrics and stuff like that, I saw that this was kind of like their comeback in the 1980s, and that it had a different sound. And again, as somebody who's only ever heard, I think, one other song by them, with Roundabout, and how calm that starts off, and how kind of soft it is and everything, and then you just go on such a trip. I didn't expect this song to start off the way it did, with that rocking guitar. And really, it does sound like it's a 1980s track. It bleeds the 1980s. You think about hair metal, you think about whatever, big bands like Van Halen and Guns N' Roses, these big bands of the time, and it sounds like Yes is kind of taking those influences, but at the same time, they're still Yes in a way. They still have the progressive rock sound, obviously, and you can still hear the great piano. You can still hear everyone is so good at the craft. John Anderson's voice, who was on he's on lead and backing vocals here, and also Trevor Rabin, I want to say Trevor anyway, is also on and lead backing vocals here. But anyway, John's voice is so high, and I probably said this in my last reaction too, but it's so high, it's so warm. I just love his high notes, and obviously with the chorus, owner of a lonely heart, just the way he, I don't know, goes up when he said heart, and it's just like, oh Jesus, it does something to you, and I just really enjoyed that. I also want to say, with the guitar, like I said, from Trevor, I would say, obviously the song relied heavily on his work. I should go to the personnel here actually, and talk about everybody, but Trevor on electric guitar here, and again, it reminds me of a song that was big in the 80s, and of course this went to #1 in the USA, and they kind of knew what they were doing here. I mean, even if this wasn't their style, whatever, it became a hit, and this is what music, where it was headed basically at this time, and they kind of said, well, all right, let's do it. And I mean, my God, they had a rockin' tune here. Anyway, like I was saying, Chris Squire, also on bass guitar. I already went over John and Trevor there. Alan White on drums, and Fairlight CMI programming, and then Tony Kaye on piano. And I have to say, Alan White on drums here, apparently, I did see somewhere that he wasn't happy, because I guess it was a drum machine in the video, but he ended up doing a couple things. I saw it somewhere here now, I think on Wikipedia, but either way, I guess he wasn't very happy that he was in the song or whatever, but then he ended up doing a couple things. Either way, it has Alan White here on drums, and the guy on the drums in the video, I liked his facial expressions off the get-go, so I just had to say that too. But at the same time, I wanted to mention that somebody wasn't happy with this being demoted to programming or something. Anyway, Trevor Horn and JJ Jexelik, I want to say, are also on Fairlight CMI programming, which I do believe some a synth or whatever. Either way, very good. My God, such a great sound, an eclectic sound, that's the word that really comes to mind. It's always kind of glorious, even though there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys here. They can create such a smooth sound, such a rocking sound at the same time, but then they bring it down and they do little intricacies, especially with how the song started off, and then before the video got going, and then you have, I think John running to the car, and it just goes quiet there for a second, and then they start it all back up. But either way, I just love their attitude, the fun they were having, the smiles that were happening in the video as well. I did want to also mention, which I guess would be Trevor on guitar here. Either way, there was a sound here, and looking at the video, it seemed like it was coming from the guitar. And it reminded me of the riff from The Police. What the hell is the song I'm thinking of now? I should have looked at this before. I think I want to say Every Breath You Take by The Police. It had that kind of riff in it. I don't know, it just reminded me, and it was kind of underneath the other instruments in a way, but it had that kind of same style to me, and I was like, hold the phone. But either way, that also came to mind, and I wanted to throw that out there too. And again, like I was saying, if you look at like Songfacts, Genius.com, Wikipedia, all this stuff, it all pretty much says that the band kind of drastically changed their sound here from the 70s and found a new audience in the 80s. And again, if you're a band, I mean, that's good. I mean, change it with the times, whatever, as long as you don't completely sell out or whatever. But going on, getting another hit, and finding new fans, making more money, it's all very good, I would think. So we move on to the lyrics here with that intro again, with that guitar and drum intro, which again, I guess was not very, didn't sound familiar to previous Yes fans, but what a change, I guess it was. And yeah, just such a rocking riff and drum sound, from the beginning. And here we go with the first verse, Move Yourself. And even though I'll say as well, the song is called Owner of a Lonely Heart, and the chorus sounds kind of, sad and bleak, whatever. But at the same time, it does sound like John is trying to be very hopeful, trying to also say, it's up to you in a way. It's up to you whether you want to have a broken heart or a lonely heart, or perhaps down the road, have a loved heart, I guess. Anyway, move yourself. You always live your life, never thinking of the future. Prove yourself. You're the move you make. Take your chances, win or lose her. I like that, not win or lose her, win or lose her. And I think about, again, how we're probably talking about a relationship here, trying to go, out with somebody anyway. And, take your chances, whether you win or lose her. See yourself, you're the steps you take. And I said earlier about the whole every breath you take comparison I made. And now some of these lyrics kind of fit in with that song. Anyway, you're the steps you take, you, and that's the only way. Shake yourself. Your every move you make, every move you make. There we go. Another comparison. So the story goes. And again, basically, I would say he's talking about, life's up to you. I mean, whatever you want to do, other people aren't going to do the work for you. You gotta, it's up to you. However you want to live your life. If you want to be the owner of a lonely heart, or perhaps later down the road have a broken heart because you went out and tried to have, a relationship or something like that. Anyway, there's a paradox going on here. Owner of a lonely heart. Here we go with the chorus. Owner of a lonely heart. It's such an earworm of a track too. Much better than owner of a broken heart. Owner of a lonely heart. And that is probably true. I mean, at the same time, but the person who has the broken heart at least tried, and the person who has a lonely heart might not have. So again, it's talking about life here. It's up to you. I mean, my goodness gracious. And then we go on. It says music video. Only in the music video there's a break here. But then we go on to the second verse. Say you don't want to chance it. You've been hurt so before. So again, talking again now about somebody who perhaps has a broken heart. Even though you're an owner of a lonely heart or a broken heart, whatever, John is almost trying to say here, or the band is trying to say, my goodness, go out and try again, try to get over that hump. Maybe it'll happen for you this time. At least, just don't stay stagnant or whatever. Anyway, the eagle in the sky, how he dancing one and only. Again, talk about lonely hearts and how this eagle is lonely. Maybe he's alone either way. You lose yourself. No, not for pity's sake. There's no real reason to be lonely. And again, that's what I was saying earlier. There seems to be some hope going on here. It seems to be the band is talking to a guy, whoever the hell, guy, girl, whatever, who is down on their luck. And the band's kind of saying, come on, get the hell up and, do something about it in a way, which I like. My goodness, it's I want to say hopeful, but there's another word I could use for that. Positive song, I guess, upbeat track. Anyway, there's no real reason to be lonely. Be yourself. Again, be yourself. Some of these words are very poignant, obviously, and very, maybe, they've been said before, but again, they have a big meaning. Be yourself. Give your free will a chance. You've got to want to succeed. A lot of twos in there or something. Anyway, again, no one else is going to do the work. You've got to do it on your own to succeed. And, why not get out there and try again? After my own indecision, they confused me so. Owner of a lonely heart. My love said, never question your will at all. In the end, you've got to go. Look before you leap. And again, perhaps this was around the time when the guy jumped off the building. Anyway, and don't you hesitate at all. No, yow. And again, just more of the same thing I was talking about earlier, talking about indecisions, talking about being confused perhaps, and how he says, my love said never question your will at all. So somebody has a love here, and perhaps you can as well. I mean, my goodness. And again, look before you leap. Make the leap. Again, make that jump, towards a relationship or towards talking to somebody. Anyway, I'll go on to the chorus one more time here, and then the outro. I already mentioned the chorus, so I won't read it again. Sooner or later, each conclusion will decide the lonely heart. Again, I love the wording here. It's almost poetic in a way. Sooner or later, each conclusion will decide the lonely heart. It's like he's making a little essay or something, finishing off an essay or something. Then it goes on, don't deceive your free will at all, and that's repeated. Just receive it, owner of a lonely heart. And again, it's all up to you. Do you want to be an owner of a lonely heart? Do you want to be the owner of a broken heart, which might be worse, or just get out there and try again and do the work and and have some kind of relationship or whatever the hell. Maybe not even a loving relationship, just to go out and make friends, or I don't know what the hell. Especially if you're down and out about anything that's happened in life, whatever it is, whether you lose a job or you did lose your girlfriend, I guess, but to just get up and go again and try to forget about all that and try to just continue on with your life. And again, it's such a helpful track. I think about other songs that are hopeful like this, which I can't think of right now. Hold on. Like Talks, It's My Life, or the Animals singing, it's my life, and I'll do what I want. Again, that seems to be what Yes is trying to say here. It's your life, and it'll go how you want it to go. You make the decisions. And, and if somebody's making those decisions for you, then maybe you need to, put on your bootstraps there and make your own decisions and, have your own life going. But anyway, I guess that's all I got to say. That's enough rambling for me. Really enjoyed these lyrics. I didn't expect with that title for the song to be so kind of positive in a way and for the band to kind of kick you in the ass, but I really enjoyed it. So anyway, finally coming back to Yes here. Really enjoyed it. I also liked the video a lot. Kept me intrigued and, watching the guy and everything, and then the band found him. And then at the end of it, I guess it was just all his imagination. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.